Hi guys, this is Noiser with another episode of School of Honor, the series where I share tips, tricks, tactics and knowledge that has helped me improve my game in For Honor. Last time I talked a bit about feints, and today I'm going to share a couple of things that I think will improve your defense a lot. If you have no trouble at all countering guard breaks and pulling off parries left and right like it was nothing, well then this video is too simple for you perhaps. But if you actually could use some guidance, stick around and see how I improved. As usual, when practicing I started out with a bot, in this case a level 2 bot, and when I got the timing in so it actually started to feel pretty simple, I moved on to player opponents. To start with, parrying is something I've had a bit of a hard time figuring out in player versus player duels, and I think it's because different guides I've seen that sort of gave me tips that didn't work well for me. You're supposed to look for when the attack symbol is flashing red according to the in-game guide, and there are other guides that say that you should look at the weapon and time the heavy attack for a parry just before the opponent's attack hits you. None of these instructions actually made me succeed with consecutive parries in-game, and I'm not saying my tip is any better. I'm just saying that timing is something you need to learn to feel, in my opinion, which is why bot training is a good way to start. When practicing this, what I did was to focus on two things only: countering guard breaks and performing parries. Nothing else. No counterattacks, no thinking about what attack or combo to pull off or how to win the game. Just focusing on countering guard breaks and doing parries. This can sort of be compared with keeping the foot on the brake pedal of a car to be able to react to brake faster. If your finger is expecting a guard break and is sort of halfway to the button already, it's quite easy to counter every guard break your opponent does. You can just press the guard break button directly after they hit you, or rapidly hit it a few times if it seems to work better for you. The same with the heavy attack button to perform a parry, although you definitely shouldn't try to spam that. Now you might think, well, won't keeping the foot on the brake pedal all the time make it a bit harder to accelerate fast and precise when you need that? Yes, you're absolutely right. And to be prepared to either guard break, parry, deflect or whatever at the same time is probably not going to feel any easier. What this training made me realize though is what kind of distances that should have you prepared for the right countermeasure. When your opponent is far away, a dash is probably what you can expect. When they're really up close and performing a combo that you're blocking, a guard break is probably what's about to hit you. In that sense, I feel you can really get used to when to almost have your thumb, in my case, on the guard break button, and when to be more prepared for other things. When training with real opponents, you really have to forget about winning though. This is not about winning. If you're so much as thinking about that, your mind drifts off from the training routine, which make it less effective in my opinion. Just focus on countering those guard breaks and see if you can hit those parries. I try to block until I feel, okay, here comes a heavy attack that I can parry, and then I go for it. This can actually be pretty fun as well when you keep putting your opponent in situations where you and he or she knows that you could have finished them easily, but you don't. This berserker keeps falling over and over again as he's low on stamina when I parry, and I must admit I felt kind of badass sometimes when doing this against a player with rep that at least know how to play the game. So, to sum this up, start out with a level 2 bot and keep your mind on two things only: countering guard breaks just as they hit you, and pressing heavy attack when they launch a heavy attack at you to perform a parry. And when you feel you're nailing this, try it out against a real player, as I think the timing for some reason feels a bit different, although that might just be because real players are a bit harder to read than bots. So, that's about it for today, guys. What are your thoughts on this routine? Do you perhaps have any tips or tricks of your own that you would like to share regarding countering guard breaks or parrying? Please spill your guts out by leaving a comment below, and give me a thumbs up or down so I get some sort of feedback from you. If you're not already a subscriber, hit that subscribe button and the bell icon next to it if you want to get notified when I post. I'll be back with a regular upload every Thursday and Sunday as usual, and until then, I will keep being Noiser. Hej då!